Good morning, good afternoon and good evening, wherever you are and whatever you're doing. I hope you're having a fantastic day. On today's episode of the things you missed in Elden Ring, now that we've finished the mountaintops of the giants, we're going to clear up both internally and externally Castle Sol. Obviously, as you can see here, there's a walking mausoleum so that you can duplicate one of your remembrances, and as we're coming around the edge of the castle here, there's also a load of plants that you can grab if you need them. At the back are a load of tombs, so you can grab a golden rune 4, 5 and 10 if you want. There's nothing else around the back here. However, once we come round to the other side of the castle, be very careful because you'll be attacked by a couple of birds. And when they're dead, right on the edge here, I'm gonna accidentally fall off and miss an item. So bear with me while I sprint back round and we find out what that was. And now that I'm back here, you can grab a somber smithing stone 8. So definitely worth going around the back of the castle, even if it's just for this stone. Now that we're done with the outside, we're gonna head in and see what we're dealing with. It's at this point, and for the rest of the Things You Missed series, that the game starts to get really hard. So you can certainly tell why people missed a lot of things in the likes of the Consecrated Snowfields and the Haligtree. Castle Sol really is a taste of things to come, with lots of very powerful enemies. So once we've cheesed these lions to death that just wrecked my face, both of them will drop a Somber Smithing Stone 7, a Beast Blood and some Old Fangs. Now you can head around to the right hand side and grab this golden rune 10, and there's a few different ways we can go to tackle this castle. Don't worry, I'll be doing everything at one point or another. You don't have to take my route directly, but I will call out every item here to make sure you haven't missed anything. So behind these barricades and up the stairs, we're going to turn right and then head left into this room. There's a load of slugs and a nascent butterfly. Then when we get to the roof, I'm actually going to miss an item on the edge of the roof here. But we will come back and grab that later. Just a little further along the walkway is a golden rune 10, and then me dying. Now that we've died, I'm actually going to tackle a different area first and come here later. So I can quickly point out another item that I forgot to grab the first time. Underneath the stairs, you'll find a smithing stone 5 on the corpse here. Now we're going to run past that room this time and go straight forwards. There's a fell calling finger remedy right here, and a currently inoperable lift, which we'll use as a shortcut later. Now let's run back and go on top of the platform that we used to cheese the lions earlier. And just in front of you, you can grab 3 Thorfrost boluses and be very careful whilst taking out the wolves and the bird. Now keep going forwards and into this room. Out here will be a load of spectral exiles, and once you've gone up the stairs and taken them all out, you can get a golden rune 10. Now I'm going to get destroyed by this knight, so we'll try that again. This second time I do manage to take him out. However, not before accidentally rolling off the ledge and having him teleport and chase me down. So we're going to run all the way back and head up the stairs where he spawned in. On the left hand side is another exile that you can take out and an item you can loot. Then if you run in this building directly in front of you, you can activate a new Site of Grace. And in the church here is the Eclipse Shotel, which has a 50-50 split between Dex and Faith scaling, with both physical and holy damage, and also has a very awesome sounding unique skill, the Death Flare. Now I'm gonna leave this next segment in, despite the fact that I don't get anywhere and I don't grab any loot, just so I can show you how absolutely bullshit some of the enemies in this area are. So I'm sneaking up on this knight. He teleports behind me and literally stun locks me to death. Why does that need to be in the game? And yeah, that's going to happen to me a few times throughout my time in Castle Sol, so I'm really looking forward to this. Future Dom here, I just wanted to give you an exciting update about the channel. We now have a Patreon page. To find it, you just need to go to patreon.com/Dom's Roundtable, and this is an absolutely fantastic way to support the channel, and also you will get some perks and benefits for doing so. For as little as £2 a month, which I believe is roughly $1.60, you can become a page of Dom's Roundtable. Supporting the channel this way is so much better than other options, because Patreon offer a very generous service that means the majority of the support goes directly to the creator, whereas other platforms that shall remain nameless offer a 50-50 split. If you want to support the channel even further, you can become a squire and you will have your name listed in the credits of every video. And now as we move up the ranks, the last 3 tiers are where you can get some really juicy benefits in return for your support. So if you become a captain, you will get at least 24 hours early access to all YouTube videos. And finally, as we move down into the higher tiers, if you opt to become a knight, you'll get all of the above along with the knight rank in the Discord server, have your name listed above all other previous tiers, and along with the early access to all YouTube videos, you'll also receive an exclusive Dom's Roundtable sticker. And finally, if you want to show the ultimate act of support and become a lord, you will get everything listed previously along with an exclusive Dom's Roundtable t-shirt. So if you do want to consider supporting the channel, this is the absolute best way to do it. And thank you so much to all of our current Patreons, whose names will be displayed at the end of today's video. Once we get back to him, I'm going to run past him and grab this epic item, which is a Cerulean Amber Medallion +1, and then get smacked off the platform and somehow live. So now we'll teleport back to that same site of grace, and this time, instead of heading up that ladder, once we come out of the church, we're going to go into the other door directly in front of us. Here I'm going to sprint past all these enemies because there is another bullshit knight that decides to try and absolutely wreck my face, and you can trigger this lift which will act as a shortcut so that you can quickly get back to Commander Niall for your many attempts at this boss, because he is one of the toughest bosses in the game. And he spawns in with 2 of them Spectral Banished Knights, which keep destroying me. This guy is on the top of a lot of people's most powerful bosses list. He really is crazy powerful. I honestly don't have many tips for you to take him out, bar learning his moves and getting really powerful. I have no idea how, but somehow, despite my other failures during this video, I managed to kill him during my first attempt. And as a reward, you'll get 90,000 runes and the Veteran's Prosthesis. Now we can keep heading along these walkways, up the lift, and at the top, you'll be rewarded with the Haligtree Secret Medallion left half. We already had the right half, and we got this quite a lot earlier in the game, at the south of Liurnia of the Lakes in the village of the Albinaurics, from Albus, who was disguised as a pot. So now we've got both halves, I'm going to show you exactly where to go and how to trigger it, because we will be covering the hidden path to the Haligtree in an upcoming video. And also, how ironic, this has allowed me to give a shout out and a thank you to Voidmarked for following over on twitch.tv/Dom's Roundtable. Voidmark has also joined the Discord server, and they're amazing. They've been super active and a very welcome addition to our community. So if you'd like to come and join us over on Twitch and over on Discord, we would love to have you. Now that we're here at the Grand Lift of Roll, you can switch the action with left or right on the D-pad and hoist the secret medallion. This will bring you to the hidden path to the Haligtree. And as I say, we're going to be covering this area in an upcoming video, so stay tuned for that one. And back at the top of the ladder where I missed that item earlier, we're going to grab that and its 5 fan daggers, and we're now going to run the gauntlet of exploding arrows as we dart towards these 2 ballista, taking out the first ballista operator here, and then absolutely legging it over the bridge and up the stairs to kill this exile and the other one that went invisible and tried to hide from me. No, I don't think so, friend. Not after you killed me earlier. Take that! Now we can also grab this Smithing Stone 6, and then we'll hop down this ladder to grab the Sorcerer Painting, which also allows us to open this door back into the main courtyard where the dogs and the bird are. So just be careful as you're opening the door. Now I'm going to teleport out of the castle and show you immediately where the Sorcerer Painting leads us. And it's on the bridge to the northwest of the Stargazer ruins. So you just want to run past all the giant spectral skeleton torsos, and the artist will appear just here on his chair. And then when he disappears, you'll get the Great Hood. Not only does it make you look like Pyramid Head from Silent Hill, also it has pretty decent stats and increases both your intelligence and your faith by +2. So it's quite a good headpiece, and as I say, makes you look terrifying. So now we'll teleport back to Castle Sol and finish wrapping it up. I've just realised that there is not much of Castle Sol left, and the hidden path to the Haligtree is actually a relatively short area. So you know what, I'm going to blitz through these last couple of items for you, and we're going to move straight into that as well on this video. Oh my god, it's a double episode! So back at the castle, head out of the north exit from the church site of grace, so back the way you came into the building in the first place. Then you can come up this ladder here, make sure you grab the smithing stone 5 hiding round the corner on the edge of the ledge there, along with a golden rune 9 just a little bit further along. Now be extremely careful, because you're going to face a few wolves and another one of the banished knights. This is a horrible fight that goes so poorly for me. God knows how, because I get brought to about 1 health twice, but finally I take out the knight, then I can rush forward and finish off the dire wolves as well. Now up the top of the building here, you can get a stone sword key from the corpse hanging over the wall. Then we'll jump back down towards the church and go once again into this room here. You'll be ambushed by a few of the creepy crawly bloodborne looking enemies. Then you can head up the stairs and grab a smithing stone 6. And I'm now going to get ambushed by another one of them goddamn knights. But it doesn't matter, because we've already ran past this area once through the doors and grabbed all the items that are out there. So now we are done with Castle Sol, and we can move straight into the hidden path to the Haligtree. Once you're back here where I am, run north towards the end of the hallway and into the little chapel looking room here. Look directly above you and you will see a giant land squib waiting for you. Once you've dealt with all the enemies, you can grab 2 warming stone. Yep, not worth it. And now, as we're running up the stairs, is going to be a ton of vulgar militia and also another giant land octopus. Be very careful as you're taking them all out and then grab any loot they've dropped. Come up the stairs into the next room here. You can grab 5 freezing grease on your way up and then a grave glovewort 9. Further up the stairs still, you'll find another site of grace, and this is the site of grace that takes you into the consecrated snowfields, the next main area that we'll be covering very soon. For now, come back down and you can very carefully hop off this ledge onto an invisible bridge. Make sure you walk off, because you will see later what happens if you try and run off. Spoiler alert, you die. Now run ahead to the north. Be very careful of the 2 vulgar militia waiting to ambush you, and then you can loot 3 sacramental buds. Now run pretty much directly south to the other end of the invisible bridge, and you can get a grave glovewort 9 and the silver scarab, which increases all item discovery. Now you want to come back out onto the invisible bridge, and just where I am here facing west, there is a connecting invisible bridge. Jump onto this one and be careful as you're dealing with the enemies so that you don't fall off. There's another grave glovewort in this room. Then you can jump off down here and get yourself a hero's rune 1. Straight away, when you jump into this next area, you'll have to take out some vulgar militia and another giant land octopus. And once you've taken them out, there is a lever to trigger the boss door right here. Make sure you pull that. I somehow missed it for about quarter of an hour and don't come back and pull that until much later on when I'm really lost and confused. Now there's going to be a load of little land squids and a vulgar militia, and then as I run through into this room and realise that the boss door's still closed because I'm an idiot, I'm going to turn back around and start to take out the vulgar militia underneath the stairs in this little hidey hole and then die. So I'm going to skip the next few minutes and then come back here and die. Then I'm going to skip the next few minutes once again and come back here and actually finally manage to take them out this time and realise that this room is completely pointless. There's no items, there's no illusionary walls, there is no reason to put yourself through the torture that is this room. So now I'm going to carry on round from where the boss door is and head up this lift. Up here you can get a Spelldrake Talisman +2 and drop back down into an earlier area that we visited. Now I'm going to take out the vulgar militia and the giant octopus that are by the lever for the boss door, and I'm actually finally going to notice it this time. So now that we've pulled that, we can go into the boss room and fight a stray mimic tear. With my mimic tear ashes as well, it's 2 rivers of blood versus 1 river of blood. That was a very anticlimactic fight, and you're rewarded with Black Flame Monk Amon. And much more importantly, we can finally get the 9th and final death route. Here's a very quick sneak peek of how horrible the Consecrated Snowfields is. God, I'm not looking forward to this area. Now we're going to teleport back to Gurranq and complete his questline. Even after giving him all this death route, he's still not sated, and he leaves you with an ancient dragon smithing stone, which is a very, very amazing reward for sticking with his questline. And that's it, we're done. We're now ready to go into the consecrated snowfields, which will eventually lead us to the Haligtree, and then we can finally go back to the Forge of the Giants and progress the main quest some more. So as always, all I have left to say is I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.